Alright, forget the formalities and stuff. We have way more work to do. We will stay on course, but looks like that boot, something's leaking grease like a chimp. I gotta find out exactly what it is. What we're doing today is the up control arm and the strut, all that. But that is just, you know what it's that's greasy. And in addition to that, I have grease all in the rim, so that's definitely coming from that boot. I don't know how that happened. At any rate, guess we got more stuff to work on. I'll be coming back to AutoZone sooner than later. But we got safety first. We got your toe stud, your toe hooks here. We got the middle beam, and we got a tire. Let's get into this, man. That's what your transmission range sensor is, behind this, that, and that. But we're looking up here. Where are we gonna start first? Odds are we're gonna start with this big old bolt right here. It's one on this side and another one on this side. Just like the brake calipers, you gotta stabilize this one and torque that one out. And the only reason I'm doing that is to bring this sleeve down. This sleeve is supposed to be up here. Something's definitely wrong with this strut. I'm glad I'm here. But breaking those bolts is just to bring these down and to loosen all this up. And that's a 17 bolt, 17 nut. And these type of bolts, they've been seized on for quite some time by heat. It is wise to invest in a breaker bar or an impact wrench. But this is stuck. That's by design. We're gonna tap this out with a punch rod. Put this at the end of the screw and hammer it out here. And just like that, it's out. So now that it's out, we're gonna move this. This should be able to move. We should be able to bring it down and off, freeing up this entire top part. My bad. I forgot about the bolt in the back. This indentation bolt, we gotta get this out too. Just gotta unscrew it. It has a concave part where it locks in on the back of this strut, which is why it doesn't have a nut. But again, a breaker bar should make light work of this. And once you get your breaker bar on there, you can just walk it on out or get your impact on it. Second bolt out. That's a 14. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. No, nothing's wrong. That's just the way the shock is. I thought it was supposed to be up to this lip. This looks fine. So as you see by taking that off, everything's already moving down. You just walking it down. And just like that. That's all the way off. Then we're gonna come up here on the top, take these bolts off, and this bad boy should come out. The bouncy, you know, it's probably, I felt bouncy. I didn't run over anything to get all this grease. I still don't know where this grease is from. I'm assuming it's this axle. But I felt bounciness. Even this is what we're replacing. We're replacing the up control arm, like I said, and the shock and strut. Yeah, that's gone. Let's do it. And the three big ones, 1, 2, 3, are 14. These small ones are 12. Oh, and get yourself a ratcheting breaker bar as well. It'd take up so much time if I didn't have a breaker bar that was ratcheting. You have to pull all this off, put something else in, when all you need here is just an extension to go in here. I'm just putting the extension up here because it's convenient. I don't feel like bending it over. But please, definitely get yourself a ratcheting breaker bar for any of these type jobs. And this last one is funny. It's a little more force because all the weight of that strut is hanging on by that bolt. It should be that easy and fall out. Let me get y'all front row seats. can see it yourselves. Yep. I should have let it fall out that easy. But there's nothing else holding on to it. I am untightening this last bolt with my hand. It is off. And it is not coming out. Because it's being held up by the fork at the bottom. Alright. We're going to get in there and jostle that fork around this thing so it can fall out of there. Oh, night. That took a little effort. I guess that's good design by Acura Honda. It's off. You're pushing this out. It's a circle. It's brittle. It's grippy. This is about to fall out. There she blows. And this is what it looks like without it. Now we're gonna tackle these two bolts and the boot. I'm gonna bang on this. I got a boot removal tool. I'm replacing all this, so at that point, I think it's okay to bang on. This is a slab of steel. I think we're good here too. And a mallet. I'm not hitting with a hammer. Blunt force, not anything sharp or strong like metal on metal. I'm sorry. I took this capsule out first. It's 17 millimeter. I ran over the cotter pin. I got backups. Now we're going to these. No, I'm gonna knock this loose. Let me do that. Again, I'm gonna hit it. All this is being replaced. So, except for the steering knuckle. The steering knuckle isn't, again, it's still a slab. There's no way that this is gonna damage that. Maybe watch out for your brake lines. That's it. No, I think that's seized. Let me get this ball joint remover tool. So this is on here. That's gonna push this up. This is bracing onto the boot. And that's a big old 13-16 ratcheting wrench. I'm just gonna turn it. Oh, maybe it's too big. Let me get a better one. I'm sorry, this is the right size. I'm sorry, this is not the right size. Oh. Alright, I sprayed it with penetrating oil. This, the tool is starting to move. That's how tight it is. We're gonna let this penetrate for like good 15 minutes. I'll be back. Alright, it's out. So what I did is, as you saw the tool, I just hit the back of the tool, and that provided enough vibration to get it out with the little lubricating, penetrating oil. And that's why I say this first, because now we can get it straight leverage back to those. Alright, so we removed the speed sensor. This is free. This knuckle is hanging by the axle, and the axle alone, which can't be good, but my axle looks horrible as it is. Got your swivel action going, light work. And again, what I'm doing is I'm breaking them off with the breaker bar and coming through with my impact driver. This is not an impact wrench. It's an impact driver, as you see. I have the adapter to turn it into an impact wrench, but I don't think there's a lot of impact coming from it, as the top line of DeWalt items have available, but it's sufficient for what I'm doing. All right, we're at rock bottom. It's out. It's old. It's still secure though. It's just that doesn't look good. Now we're going from the bottom up. Let's get into the new stuff. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you're securing this knuckle. You don't want this axle coming out of gear. All right, you see it? You don't want it slipping all the way out. So make sure it's not being pulled on at all. This is fine. Anything further than that, it'll come out. In fact, let me stabilize mine a little bit. Just go ahead and put the jack directly on that castle nut at the bottom of that joint. That ball joint, you should be fine. This is the old one. This is a new one. Comes with its own castle nut and cotter pin. But let's see how it moves. This one's stiff like a chip. And then this was actually still stable and stiff. But you hear that snap, crackle, and pop. You know what? I know that ain't where that grease came from. It looks like it. I'll investigate further. That'd be fantastic. Like I said, we're back in action. We're going back up. I'm putting in this. I'll come back and torque them down. Right now I'm just getting everything in place. Well, I have to torque these down next because once I put that strut in the way, it's gonna be a lot harder to get to these. Alright, so that was a 47 again, and the castle nut is 35 foot-pounds. Too much shine. That's 7, because that's 6, and that's 40. You know what, I honestly don't think anything's wrong with the old one. I might sell them for dirt cheap, or exchange it for metal. But it's 200,000 miles on them. These ones, they look a bit bulkier anyway. But before we get anything, the lower control arm is in. We gotta put this bad boy in and start these screws at the top. Oh man. It's always a hiccup somewhere, right? It's never as easy as it looks. What you might run into, just like I did, is getting this back into the sleeve. Just go ahead and flex this to you. The hole should be here. And pull the strut this way as well. Meet both of them here and just push it on back. Alright, one more time. This circle where it goes into should be facing up here. It should be between here and this brake line. Over here, you should see a hole. This direction, this angle. This should also be out here. You should see the bottom right here. Make both of them meet right here and just push them back. Good luck with that. And a good way you know that it's all the way on there is this bolt that you're putting in here. There's a divot. There's a divot, a concave part on the back side of this. This will not go through that hole unless this is snug fit. All right, so that's a good way to check your work. Hey, so don't be the guy to try to put this over there. Why? Because this isn't the boot. That is. You saw it here first. Yes. And this fantastic light here was made available to me by the YouTuber 1Q Couponer. Please go check her out for deals and coupons on groceries, household items, and automotive parts. Specifically this LED light, like my own. And this castle nut is 35. Those are 47 back there. This is 35. And that is it. We've successfully replaced the upper controller arm and the strut. Alright. I'm gonna go torque all these down to specs. It is very important that you follow specs once you get past that past this rotor. Even these brake pads and brake mounts. But I feel like with the struts and all this interior stuff, it's a matter of life and death. So don't joke around or cut the corner here. But you can like, you can subscribe. Any questions, concerns, leave them in the comments question section. There will be a next time for obvious reasons. And until next time. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget to torque these down to specifications. These are 12, 12, 12, 37. And don't forget your cotter pin and your castle nut. Oh yeah, and change all that stuff in pairs. I'm wrapping up tonight. I'm getting a shower, get a sandwich. I'm going night-night. So I can go do the other one tomorrow. But these type things you need to do in pairs. So I'll be at it again on the passenger side tomorrow morning. Good evening. That is it. I am not coming back.